welcome back to Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches, where she has exclusive sketches for each day of the month. Today is day 16. We have a sketch from Teri Rice, and I have a feeling everyone is going to love this sketch. I worked a little bit ahead. I have this, and it's from a paper pad. It's this, I don't want to say off color, but you know when you have Disney and it's usually like bright red and the yellow and the blue. So this is just a little bit muted, and I pulled out things that match. I made sure not to get everything with a blue background, not everything with a red background, so that we've got the white in here. Teri did say do a second title up here, so I've got the Go See Ride. Here is the title over here, which is You're Never Too Old for a Little Magic. This is when we were in Disney World in February, and it's just pictures of the Little Mermaid ride, and I don't have really good ones, and I don't have any of the people, but this is working perfectly for this. You can kind of see where she's got, it looks like an overlapping, maybe a sticker, some kind of embellishment here. She actually probably also added some embellishment in a couple of these cards. I think it's a little bit plain this way, so I went into my stash and I found some flair, and I didn't have any blue to match, and I didn't really have any red to match, but I have this yellow and red polka dot. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these. I've got a couple grays. I want to do 3. So, and these are going to be so exciting because I think I might go with the 2 grays. But or I could go with these that match. See, this is where I have issues. Any one of them would work. Maybe I'll use a yellow up here. And then this grayish type one. Where's another good place? We got one here, we've got one there. Oh dear. Okay, well, while I'm thinking of that, I also have some like Disney washi tape. These are Carpe Diem. And I know the black's not necessarily going to show up too well, but I thought if there's a way I could layer it, maybe give it a little fishtail banner to layer it with the flare, I might do that. I can pull out some enamel dots, perhaps, make some Mickey ears with those. Heck, I could even get some stickles or Nuvo drops out. So this is my start. This is going to be a quick one today. Let's get scrapping. I did not pull out the Nuvo dots or the enamel dots, but I really like the way this turned out. So I did not speed this up at all. It is going just real time. Before starting the video, I had trimmed all these down 1/4 of an inch, so they're no longer 3x4, but it gives it that little black border all the way around, which I really like. Now, warning, if you do this, it's very easy not to get each piece super exactly the same. So you will see that some are off a little bit, and that works okay for me because I don't think anybody's looking at it that close. So, and you'll see later I'll pull up one that when I stick them down next to each other, they look pretty wonky. So I just make them look a little bit more regular, even though they're not cut exactly correctly, if that makes sense. And I'll point that out when I get to that point. But for the most part, they laid out very nicely. And then I will use the flare and the washi tape. I need to start using more washi tape. Now that I'm using my stamps more, I got to start using my washi tape. And I take a second to refill the ATG. I timed myself because the timer was still going on my recording, and it was about 2 minutes that it took me. I don't think that's bad. I've had people complain about refilling the ATG because it takes so long. Once you get practice, 2 minutes is maybe a long time, but it's very much less expensive than buying the little ones and just getting the refills all the time with the little ones that you don't need to wind. So I did have to watch a YouTube video a couple times to get myself going, but I use it so much that I have no problems changing it. So this is where these two next to each other are way off. And it might be that 4x6 card underneath it. So I just pull this one up and straighten it out to give it, I don't know, to make it a little more even. And again, I don't think anybody, especially with the dark quality of these photos on the black paper, I don't think you're going to really notice that they don't line up exactly. So that's pretty cool. And then next I will work on the flare. I have adhesive, foam adhesive tape that I believe I got from the dollar store. That's not the $1.25 store. And I use that on the back of my flare. And you can see that yellow and red one on the bottom, in that bottom row. I moved it over to the right side. It had been on the left side of that 3x4 card. And that was all it needed to just make kind of a diagonal row of 3 of the flare. So then the middle one can sit next to Ursula in that little blank spot and look like it's meant to be there. So I do make the washi into fishtail banners. I was not precise with how long I made them or anything like that. I cut them into fishtail banners. And I think it's a pretty cool look. I don't know that I've seen it before. I haven't done it before, but I would totally use washi tape under flare again. My tip to you, and you'll see me do the first two ones, I'm adding the fishtail banners under the flare in the air, which works. But I gotta tell you, when you get a couple down, it worked a heck of a lot better to put the washi tape on the paper and then layer the flare over the top. So here you're seeing me do it in the air, and I'll do it again the same way with the next one. And it does get a nice, flared out my washi tape on the flare. Oh, these are LA Studios and LA Studio puffy stickers, and I love them. And that's what I always put on my flare. But the fishtail banners, you can see how one really goes up and one really goes down. I do the same thing for this one, and when I'm putting the washi tape under the flare up in the air. On the last one, I noticed, and it doesn't make any difference how the fishtail banners get laid down, I don't think. It's just personal preference. When I actually do it on the paper, they'll lay closer together, which is fine too. So just something to be paying attention of. This washi tape is not Carpe Diem, and I got it at a scrapbook convention, and it doesn't have a name on it. But it's got the red and the yellow and the black, and it kind of look like circles that make Mickey heads. So that's why I got it, and that's why I have to use it. And I will use the black star from LA Studio on each one of my flare. Then I will take the black, and this has got kind of like, different Disney picture type things on this washi, like, probably like Mickey heads and little teacup saucer things and the castle. And I will cut them off, and then I'm going to lay them down, like I said, on the paper instead of trying to do everything up in the air. And then I will lay my flare on it. And if I really been looking at the other two, I might have fanned them out a little bit more, but they don't look bad the way I lay them down. There's the first one. And they're a little bit, see, they still go good. I still really like them. They just don't look like the other two. And that's how we know that I'm being too picky right now. So, because if I hadn't pointed it out, I don't think anybody really would have noticed it. And I will put the other sticker on there, and then I will be done. I just have to do a little bit of journaling. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. Check out everybody that's playing along. 30 Days of Sketches down below. And I will see you soon for another video.